Okay, I can.
But
You know what's funny
like,
about that, because I will I will agree to it, because now
your shit didn't stink.
being shit didn't stink. So no, because now being a native, I see LA folks coming here,
Yeah.
and I see them on sets, and I'm now with my Nashville crew.
That you
And
put
I'm
up
like,
against anybody in the world.
yeah,
Like, they're
oh
fantastic.
yeah, oh dude,
Yeah.
we'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah.
But like, I'm like, yeah, give him some time. He'll chill out a little bit.
Well, I think everybody comes in and they go, all right.
I'm so much better
I've done
than
it.
you.
I've done it in
You guys,
when I go to
you
small
guys
towns.
don't. You shit in a bucket
Yeah.
and walk barefoot.
That's what you think, and you know better, but you do it, and so they're coming in and doing it. But once they realize that nobody really cares, there's no ego, and it's like, then they're like, oh, this is way better than what's happening there, and so you kind of blend in quick, and it.
Those were the glory days, though, man. I mean,
was
honestly, like,
fun.
do you remember me I mean, here's the truth. You had Sean Silva,
Who was top of the food chain,
top of the food chain,
directing Kenny Chesney and
Rascal
Luke Bryan
Flats. Remember those?
Yeah. Oh, we go to New York and spend $400,000 on a video, and it was.
He would roll up to any of our jobs.
Yeah.
Grab a camera.
Yeah.
For however long he was going to be there, hour and a half.
Yeah.
Add his little sauce to it. I mean, he did it for me. I mean, at least 4 or 5 times. Where I'd be like, give him the camera. And he would do his thing. Me, I remember on that first video, now my son is a swim meet out Highway 100. I remember hanging out side of a truck.
Oh, yeah.
Leaning with the camera, and you guys were. I remember that was kind of like a break bread moment with you guys, because I showed up, and I wasn't even there to. I was there to bro with you guys, help you out.
It created such an environment of like, and our job was to go like, this is what I think. I think you came in, you told stories of like the rock star days of directing. Like, we're directors, we're rock stars.
Yeah,
and
sure.
We were at the tail end of that. Like, we came in when you weren't really
You're
a rock
still
star.
doing film.
And we came in at the tail end where it was like right on the borderline, and it was. But our job was to go out every night, because Nashville Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday would party like crazy. Like, and our job was to go out and hang with all the up and coming young stars.
I remember everything was 15 minutes away.
Yep.
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh,
Just do the whole night, a whole circuit.
What was that? There was a rooftop bar or a second floor of a hotel downtown that everybody hung out at, and I can't think of the name of this. It was one of the older hotels, but the second floor, you'd show up there on a Tuesday, and it was like every young musician, like who was Deanna's boyfriend at the time? He was part of the
Corey,
the Mafia, music Mafia,
dude, John
Rich,
the
all
Spot,
those guys,
the Spot.
Oh, yeah,
I remember that.
So we would like,
it was easy access. It was just,
it was a party.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
I do relish in kind of like the days of, I don't know, more teamwork, more efforts of camaraderie.
Yeah. Sean does too, because Sean's called me before, and this was a couple years back. It was after I'd started Hideout and you were gone and Blake was gone, and he called and he's like, "Don't you just miss like the hang? Like, we all take ourselves too seriously now. We just you get too many. I don't know if it's too many responsibilities,
egos,
kids, egos, everything.
When think about it. Remember, I mean, back when I was at Tackle Box before I left, I was the first to leave. And the reason I left, and I told Sean, and I hold true to it, it was like, I came from Los Angeles.
Sorry, let me turn that off.
Yeah. That's your edit you have to get to.
I know, sorry. Hit that one more time.
I told Sean, I was like, you cast a well-earned shadow over yourself. And I can't be in the shadow. I can't be under your shadow of your umbrella.
You want to do your own thing.
And he goes, I can't fault you for that. But he introduced me to, Tackle Box was a fantasy when I first moved here. It was everything. There was
one day we were all sitting around. We were like, I think Sean had a photo of an old BMX bike, or he was working on an old GT, like the bikes we had when we were kids. And next day we all had one, and that was back when that Worthing Lofts, Worthing, no,
No, that was
what's the name of his? The motor car.
yeah.
Wherever the office was.
Detroit. Can I get some more drink?
I'm gonna do this too. No, but the place was empty. Marathon Motorworks.
Yes.
The place was deserted. And we would ride our bikes up and down, never see another person. There was empty offices all along there.
I remember that.
You can't even park there now.
But see, I left before.
And
honestly,
that?
truthfully, I regret leaving too early.
When did you left before all that? Well,
The bike started to happen. I think there was just a lot of there was a transition in the business. Well, look, I left LA when it was happening, and it caught up to me here. And it was the 5D movement, and that that's when you saw Roman White doing jobs for Carrie Underwood, which were much of a different budget than we were accustomed to, and things were changing, and because people were utilizing the new technology,
right?
It was a lot,
and I think that the fact that anyone could go out and shoot with a 5D, could take a camera and go shoot a video that looks amazing, and in the right hands is just as good as a 30, a red or whatever. It's like, that's scary. And that became, and I remember, going on the road with people, it was like, that was always fun. But then they started going, oh, well, the artist, like Lee Bryce, not him, but somebody like that has their own guy, their own guy that they want to take with them, and their buddy that they.
Well, that's where it shifted now.
Yeah.
It's where the business has made moves. One thing I do want to talk about before we get there, because that's something important. Mm-hmm. I'm still moving my way to the big news of where you've come. But we were both a part of something unique, and that's the directing team.
Mm-hmm.
And as we sit here, I can't help but to mention it, because the whole reason I started this podcast is because I feel like, honestly, without the podcast, you wouldn't be here.
Right. No, I haven't seen you.
Do you know what I mean? You haven't seen me forever.
Yeah.
And look, we're having a blast.
Yeah.
And I miss that. And that's what I had when I moved here.
To have friends. It's fine.
Yeah, I have to.
it's people have done less for
I got to do what I got to do. But I was a part of a directing team. I don't know if a lot of people know, but I was a part of Smith and Boren. We did, a decade of monstrous music videos.
Fun, like when MTV was a thing, you were going to MTV Music Awards and stuff.
Oh yes, and directing Eminem the next day.
Yeah.
Yes, it was Cloud 9. And it was a different business.
19, 20 years old, right?
Absolutely, in my early 20s.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I do miss the bond of bouncing ideas immediately with someone, not being solely on the hook for all of your not ideas, but your decisions.
Yeah.
You're the executive decision maker, or whatever. But it was always nice to know that I did like having someone to share my glories with. Yeah. I did. I enjoyed it. And it was also nice to, of course, take your blows.
Right.
With a best friend.
When you're a teammate, it's like you're a cooler asset. They're like, oh, it's a duo. They're fun. I want to hang with those guys, or I want, for some reason it just has I feel like it's a bigger sell. A duo. Thank you, sir.
Yes. By the way, cheers. Hey, real quick. Thanks for you got the memo for the
flannels. Yeah.
Good call.
I actually put it on and I go, Ryan does wear a lot of flannels.
I wear flannels.
And I was like, nah, not tonight. He won't be wearing one tonight.